Well, guys, yesterday we witnessed the assassination of Charlie Kirk at the very young age of 31 years old. The man leaves behind a wife and 2 kids. And the person who actually assassinated him has not been found yet. Now, guys, there was actually a multiple arrests, but both of those people were actually released because they weren't the assassin. The assassin still remains at large, but something's telling me, guys, it won't be long before we actually find out who it is. Okay? But we got some new information on that, courtesy of Steven Crowder. We'll get to that, guys. This may actually be somewhat of a longer video because there's so much to cover here. President Trump actually put out a statement last night talking about the death of Charlie Kirk. But the main focus right now is going to be this scumbag on MSNBC. Yes, BS Now. Because yesterday, man, he blamed Charlie Kirk for his own assassination. Folks, these people, man, they didn't just hate Charlie Kirk. They hated you. They hated you. These leftists, man, they hate your guts. And MSNBC, man, they really exposed themselves as being anti-American when they actually put people on their network that would actually blame Charlie Kirk for his own death. MSC is getting destroyed for this, man. I mean, the left is out of control. They assassinated Charlie Kirk because they couldn't beat him in a debate. That's all Charlie Kirk did. He debated people. I mean, he talked about transgender issues. He was very instrumental in President Trump getting a portion of the young vote that he actually got. I mean, Charlie Kirk only was 31 years old, very young, and he goes around the campuses, man. He goes around the campuses. And me and Rhodes actually talked a little bit about this on live stream we had yesterday. Christianity is under attack in this country, especially if you are a straight white Christian man. The media will attack you. This is sickening, man. Absolutely sickening. I mean, what happened to Charlie Kirk, man, was so egregious, folks, that even some self-avowed leftists were condemning what actually happened to him. But of course, you know, when it comes to MSNBC, oh no, their anti-Trump derangement gets the better of them. And now one of their own now has paid the price. He found out. Matthew Dowd, folks, formerly of MSNBC, BS Now, he got fired because of what he said about Charlie Kirk live on TV. MSNBC was getting crushed. Absolutely crushed. That is not a news network, folks. MSNBC, BS Now, is a propaganda machine for the Democratic Party, for the left. Nothing more. Let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here. MSNBC fires Matthew Dowd after he blamed Charlie Kirk for his own assassination. I mean, the stuff he was saying, man, about Charlie Kirk was despicable. Absolutely despicable, folks. Let's go ahead and play this clip right here. Here we go.
Which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt,
and that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Turning Point USA has confirmed that he was shot. And there are a number of videos.
Which,
yeah, scumbag. Absolute scumbag, folks. I mean, my goodness. And then, of course, at first they were trying to say that, oh, this was a Charlie Kirk supporter just shooting a gun and celebrate. I can't believe they actually said that, folks. Look at this.
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
They put that on their network, folks. They put that on their network. This is absolutely pathetic, man. MSNBC Public Relations did put this out. And boy, they got ratio bit time. 16,000 likes to 30,000 comments. This is what they put out. Statement from MSNBC President Rebecca Cutler. Quote, during our breaking news coverage of the shooting of Charlie Kirk, Matthew Dowd made comments that were inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable. We apologize for his statements, as is he. There is no place of violence in America, political or otherwise. Yeah, but people on your own platform, man, advocate for violence. I believe the only reason, man, why they put out this statement, man, is because they were getting crushed so badly. A young man, a father, a husband, assassinated. Why? Because he was actually dropping true facts. And to the left, man, if you drop facts, they want you dead. Because they can't sit down and have a conversation with you. They don't want to have a conversation with you. They want you dead. I mean, left-wing violence, folks, is off the charts. All of the violence happening in this country, man, political violence, is coming from the left. But when Joe Biden was in office, man, he was saying that it's mainly like radical white men. This is what happens when you actually call people Nazis all the time. Fascists. Charlie Kirk was not a fascist. Not even close. He wasn't a far-right individual. No. He was a God-fearing young man that believed that men were men, women were women. He didn't believe that men should be in women's spaces. He didn't believe in the transgender religion at all. He didn't believe that a man could be a woman and a woman could be a man. Newsflash. The majority of the country believes that. The majority of the country believes that, folks. And they killed him for it. They killed him because his voice was too powerful. Charlie Kirk had a bunch of influence, folks. A lot. They called this man a racist because he was dropping facts. He actually was not afraid to say, man, that, hey, there's quite a few black individuals committing the majority of these murders. He's not wrong. That was a fact. He wasn't saying that out of hatred. It's a fact, and we all know it, man. But the media doesn't want you to know that. They cover it up. They always say, crime's down, crime's down. Well, folks, I'm going to get to what President Trump said. But first, Steven Crowder dropped the bombshell here. He actually received an email from an officer at the ATF. And it says the email included a screenshot from what appears to be an internal message describing a weapon and cartridges located by an ATF and other law enforcement near the scene of the Charlie Kirk shooting at Utah Valley State University. And right down here, man, I mean, this is the screenshot right here. And we talked about transgenders committing like school shootings and stuff. I believe it's been something like 7 as of late that's actually been doing it. It's been on the rise. It's disturbing. Now, we don't know who the shooter is. But based on this, it's possible it could have been a transgender individual or someone that was associated with that community. Because look right here. It says the suspect fired one shot from an elevated position on a rooftop in an adjacent building on the campus, and surveillance video shows the suspect jumping off and fleeing the area on foot. ATF and other law enforcement located an older model Mauser bolt-action rifle wrapped in a towel in a wooded area near the campus. The location of the firearm appears to match the suspect's route of travel. The spent cartridge was still chambered in addition to 3 unspent rounds in the top feed magazine. All cartridges had engraved wording on them expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology. Wow. An emergency trace has been submitted, and ATF SLC is working on leads generated by the trace. The firearm and ammunition have been taken by the FBI for DNA analysis and fingerprint impressions. Something's telling me, guys, they're actually going to get this person based on fingerprints. Wow. I'm wondering, folks, man, if this individual that assassinated Charlie Kirk was a transgender, guess what? The media is going to be forced to cover this. MSNBC will be forced to cover this. CNN. Remember how they didn't want to touch anything to do with the Ukrainian lady that was actually murdered by the black man. But this Charlie Kirk thing, man, as soon as we found out he got shot, every mainstream media outlet was covering it. And as of right now, we don't know the person that actually assassinated him. But when we do, and if this person is found to be transgender, outlets like MSNBC will be forced to cover it. And if they play the pronoun game, folks, it's going to backfire on them. Absolutely, it's going to backfire. Now, President Trump issues a heartfelt statement on the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And let's go ahead and listen into this right here from President Trump. Here we go.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the 2 young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Yeah, so you heard that right there from President Trump. Man, it's a sad day, man. Sad day for America. Need to pray for this country. Pray for Charlie Kirk's family. MSNBC, don't buy into what they're saying, man. These people, they hate you. They were perfectly okay with Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. People on the left, man, were celebrating like the demons that they are. I mean, these people, man, don't want to be Americans. These people are communists, man. Communists. And people really need to wake up, man, to the reality, man, that the left just wants you dead. They want you dead. Remember, even the guy up there in Minnesota that actually assassinated a Democrat politician. If you actually disagree with the left on one issue, they want you dead. Remember, the media was actually trying to say that like he was a Trump supporter. No, he wasn't. The man said that Tim Walz inspired him. Last time I checked, Tim Walz is the Democrat governor of Minnesota. There's really some evil people in this country, folks. Very evil. But gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.